this right here was part of a journal, the whole phage, okay, the whole phage, that the nether phage that causes people to leave Quillbriar and the district, and what destroyed our civilization and forced us into this new world. This is from a diary that we started figuring out how it had happened in the first place. Week 13, it's working. It's taken 9 versions and hundreds of bodies, but it's working. What? Week 15, the pigmen who survive are changing. They are both more intelligent and more easily led. Wait until I bring these creatures home. We'll be the richest country in all of the district. In time, we'll show that so-called queen in Quillbriar who should really rule this world. Week 21, those ungrateful blighters, do they really think they can stop me? I'd intended to hand them countless slaves to toil in their fields while they sat in wealth and ease, and they dared to call me mad. Week 24, there were bodies everywhere. I have no idea what happened to the town, but I'm sure as hell glad I wasn't there for it. Week 25, I wandered into a neighboring town today with a small army of my new race of pigmen. Oh, you should have seen their faces. I laughed and laughed as we took whatever I wanted and walked away without a person brave enough to stop me. Maybe I'll go back later and take over that town, unless I find a better one. That's just obviously a typo. Week 26, more dead bodies. What on Iona is happening on the overworld? I found some daft boy wandering around blabbering to himself about a disease that struck? Whoops, it's worse. Overworld. Okay, this is how it goes. That struck fast and hard the day after I'd been there. Hell, I just missed it. My luck is holding at least. Back to the netherworld with me. Even with the odd ghast, it's seeming a safer place of late. Week 28, I'm starting to suspect my luck may be better than I realized. Week 30, it seems my potion isn't only killing many of the pigmen, it's killing almost every human that comes in contact with them. And once the disease is in a human, it's contagious as hell. People are dying within days. It seems I'm one of the lucky few that are naturally immune. I always knew I was destined for greatness. Not even this disease hurts me. Week 34, it seems a few of my village were immune and snuck right past my fortress in the nether while I was on an excursion up top. They are running away from the illness to live somewhere else. They are too stupid to realize that if they haven't already died, they're going to. It seems I get a second chance to impress the idiots. I'll find them someday and make them sorry they didn't crown me king in the first place. We'll see who is mad in the end, won't they? Week 52, I found them. Let the fun begin. So, stuff. Anyway, these are some of the bits and pieces I have for Westmarch. Oh, look at the mess I made over here. Edit this scene. I got all the things, guys. Sorry about that. So we've got kind of a little bit of backstory, and then we've got all these other countries. We've got lots and lots of other stuff. I'm going to be gathering stories from you guys, of course, the people who are part of this. Lore creating, yeah, that's what we're doing. Yes, JK has got an amazing backstory for her country. JK, and this is up to you. For those of you who are part of this world or were part of this world, if you have some of your backstory and you are in the stream right now, and if you want to join me in the chat and give us, 3 or 4 or 5 minutes about your story, feel free to do that. Let me know. Come into the general chat. Let me know in here, or let Hakoon or Rhino know. Let one of the mods know, and they'll pull you down into the channel. Well, Hakoon's still here with me, and yeah, if you have things that you want to share about that, because I need to start making notes, or you guys need to start sending me notes. Can I audition for the role of the mad scientist? I could totally model this guy after you, Ro. Yeah. We can call him something, Dr. Rowe. Or he called himself King Rowe. There we go. So JK's got stuff. I know Hakoon's got stuff. Rhino, you're part of this now. You've talked about some backstory for your things. Nat, I don't know if you have backstory for your country, but you're welcome to join us down here in the chat and talk about that a little bit. Deadmate, If you want to come and read the poem, the traveling poem you wrote for me, that would be totally cool too. No, I haven't. Okay, I must have dreamed that. I do these things. It's okay. Yes, you have. We don't have a name, but you know, you've said some things. Deadmate's got stuff. Wants to keep it a secret. Just join West March chat. Yes, join the West March chat if you want to be part of this and you get pulled in. Now, you guys in Iona, in ARC, the official story, of course, is the portal mix-up that tossed you back in time. We are all officially from West March. You know? Land discovered last Sunday. Thank you, Joao. I'll just add that to our story. Yeah. Oh my God. Won't be joining. Quick story of my country in the district. The people who live there went all high tech, but they did the whole flying too close to the sun. Society broke down. So the few survivors ended up going back to nature and building tree houses. Yes. See, there's nothing wrong with that. That is a good story. On the weekend. Yeah, for sure. On the weekend. But, so anybody who's part of Quillbriar, the district, West March, or Iona, in the ARC, my ARC server, you are officially part of whatever this is going to be. You will find characters based on you in the story. Yeah, inspired. Kind of like the Sims thing. Inspired by you. Yeah. And Joao, of course, is going to be our heartbreaker. Yeah, he's going to... That was decided by group... like general acclaim. Joao, you'll just have to deal with it. It's a thing. So anyway, we have things. So where does one start? What would the story? So we have, what would be the story? An actual plot. How does one start this? We don't have to start in the beginning, was this girl traveling around. That's the story, but it doesn't have to be written that way, right? You start in the action. So where would the action be? Would it be so during the phage? I agree. Yes, we've got sort of that yeah, and the whole time thing from Iona, like that is maybe that's book 2, you know, maybe that's book 2. But the phage is such a big, you know, kind of heart-rending, you know, it's a big change. It's when like all the stuff is happening. So if we started with the phage, but need more than that. A scene. You know what? Let's not even go that far. So we start with the phage. Okay, the move to West March. Like the early conflicts, I guess. I don't know. Feel free, guys. I'm going to be looking to you for help here. Early conflicts. Charlie, hello, sweetheart. Rebuilding. Actually, the early conflicts included, of course, the villagers we saved. Okay, finding. 4 minutes. See how I type? So we finding out what happens. He's in there somewhere. Like Dr. Phage. I can't remember what his name was, but he's in there. We did save the villages that had come over. And again, I'm putting things in here, but they won't necessarily go in this order either. I'm just starting to think about. Yeah, this is just brainstorming. We saved the villages. Okay, it was rebuilding, integrating these different societies. Well, they're not really. No, we are, because we do have natives. Even though the villagers that we started with were not natives, they actually had come over from the district. But we did find out there were natives in here to West March. We didn't know that. We didn't know that at first, but we have some now. We have people who have made that their backstory with with Leckley, whatever, and somewhere I can't. It's just the name of my country, guys. I can't type it. That's okay. Hakoon, we have.
Yeah, the
capital, right? You get the history for the capital. You gave me that today, didn't you?
It was the first.
Could you
On disc, I'll get it. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm sorry.
no problem.
Oh God, I'm so hot, guys. This is terrible. This is terrible. JK has come in. JK, while we're waiting on that, feel free. JK has actually, in her country, she has decided to, instead of making, another one of the countries from West March or the district, which she wasn't part of, she decided to actually create a native community, like a group of people that were actually in West March when we showed up. We were the people that that messed stuff up. We were the invaders, guys. We're like, it's a terrible thing. It's a terrible, terrible thing. So I need to, you know what? Let me just find, switch windows again. What do I look for? Country's lore? Yeah, you know what? I'm going to stick it in here. And can I make this work easy this time? That'll be too easy, right? Will it go? Okay. Maybe it's not. Come on, do this for me. Refresh. It's not going. How come it works sometimes and then it just doesn't? Well, I can do this. And there we go. Okay, so our capital, and for those of you who might know this, we are, we're all working on a big capital thing. So here's kind of how it came apart, how it happened. So the continents of Quillbriar and the district colonies lived peacefully for a long time. We had the nether phage, and that ran through. The survivors set off on a ship. Okay, they found land, which I apparently crashed onto the shore, but they went to work making shelters, this sort of thing. As the community became more stable, they started rebuilding we rebuilt the summer palace, which is now part of the historical district of our capital city. Then we met natives. We found out there were people who actually lived here already. After first contact, they made an effort to learn languages, look for future, mutual benefits for alliances, that kind of thing. The first survivors tried to make the best of the land around the port, but the promise of sharing more advanced farming with the people who were here, we started moving out. People started moving east, north, south, actually. They built a grand castle, which we are going to be calling, which is actually going to be Hogwarts. We're remaking Hogwarts. So the new city grew. So in the actual city, once we have it built, we'll have like older sections, newer sections, blah, blah, blah. There will be, and this is some of the what he's put in here are some of the actual areas where things will be built. There's going to be different styles, of course, because all these people are coming from different countries. So they're, moving into new neighborhoods, building things. The blossoming of West March, okay. They built the city. A lot of them, the pioneer spirit called, right? So they started moving out under the banners of some of the old nations, under some new ones, under a specific leader that decided to start something going. And, their ancestors, the groups who succeeded pledged fealty to the leader of the city as their ancestors had done in times of old, and the flame of West March shone brightly throughout the continent. The settlers spread to all corners. They came across other indigenous people. Some were, another group was found near Westmoreland. The Briari, I like that, claiming to be survivors of the fate. I like this. This is awesome. I'd forgotten that. That's good. They speak of a cruel sorcerer whose experiments used the powers of the Nethers to conquer the old countries, unintentionally leasing the disease, of course. So new states grew in size and complexity, management, bureaucracy. There were things that just, keep things running, right? So a council was called of the sibling nations. May the ring never be broken, okay? And thus, with the help of the countries of West March, a city was made to be called the capital. Plans were put into action to bolster the city's ailing infrastructure. We put in new roads, A subway system is going in. Yep, this is true. The old port just can't handle, so we've extended that into new places. A university, a center for scholarship, grand libraries, a center for the arts, grand theaters are being built. And for the leaders themselves, a government center, a place where the collected nations would come together to maintain the peace and foster the quality of life in West March. And that's the downtown center. And most of you have seen the actual the Capitol building there. So Indigenous peoples are welcome into the Council of Nations. New areas are being expanded into. We've got a national forest that's going up. We've got different things going on like that. Flying machines are becoming a thing. Our technology, there's lofty new buildings. A new skyport is going up. It's, you know, a big golf course. We have Olympic Games, a new Olympic park being built, that sort of thing. And the Grand Ring of Iona. We've, you know, all of this stuff. So the city itself is part of all of. Sakun, stop blushing. What is that? For the time travel back to Iona, do you have a detail for how that happened? I don't. I do not have that. That's just sort of a. Yeah, I got notes I wrote somewhere. I have no idea how it happened. I can't find them. Could have been that they were people who were trying to go back in time to discover the original source of the phage, but an accident. That's actually not bad. That is not bad at all. They live there when the neighborhoods of the capital city will be the old capital. Yep, absolutely. Blushing intensifies. Make him blush. It's awesome. Cherokee's got to go. Thank you for being here, sweetie. I appreciate it. Very nice. It's good to see you. There should be a god of the nether who is the counterpart of the goddess whose name I forget. Tanith is the white goddess, or the white lady, the moon, of course. He's not evil per se, but a god of the nether, darkness, the void. We may have one of those. We had an entire pantheon of gods in West March. And I will have to actually go and dig out some old picture screenshots and recordings, probably to find them. But actually, he may exist already. There's a very good chance that he is already in place. But that's good. I like that. He could have been part of whatever's going on there too. But we have to travel back to this, you know, some of these people who have gone back to this very scary land, and we'll see how. No kidding, I like it a bunch. So what do I got? I need to, can I make this go? Is it this one? You were, look, just like I knew what I was doing. This was an accident, but I'm going to take it. So, and then there's the time travel bit in there. It's got to go in there someplace. Why are these not even? Does anybody else find that really annoying? Because I do. So if we started in the phage. Start in the countries. You know, we need a scene. We need actually a scene. These are big. These are great big things. And we need to start chopping them down into smaller pieces. So starting in the phage. So you pick a character. And what would we do with that character? We pick him watching the family die, watching them travel. First scene, an opening scene. What kind of things would that be? Deity of all things useless, obscure, and pointless. People can't remember the deity's gender, want to know their name. Yeah,
that's a nice, like, Harry Pratchett.
Yeah, just a thing. Somebody out there, back there somewhere. No kidding. It's actually not bad. The North remembers winter is coming. Yeah.
Winter is coming.
Winter is. There's JK. There's the lovely little the voice. That's good. Actually, JK, go ahead. She's got a very different, because she was not part of Quillbriar and the district, and she decided to actually make her country natives of Westmoreland. So, did you want to throw a bit out there? Tell us about it a little bit.
I definitely could. I didn't want to interrupt the planning phase of the,
Go right
the
ahead.
character. Um, I Kid- mm,
No problem. Uh,
starting is really difficult when someone's like, "Hey, do you want to go?" It's like, "Oh, sure." Um, I was just thinking of when we had originally made the idea for the kind of people that my I guess my people are, because I'm kind of new to West March. I figured that it would have been pertinent if the people were actually discovered recently, so that the natives of they had been natives to the lands. Actually, I had them written down as having inhabited the southern swamps, wherever those are in the south, and who had kind of moved up a little bit, and so had bumped into some of the other groups since I was a recent addition, that they would have been recently found. And I had named them, colloquially they were known as the people of the Black Arrow. Yeah.
I need to remember that. Have you written this stuff to me? Do I just need to go find it?
I've written it actually to I was bouncing off Rock Dog,
Okay.
and so Rock Dog has a whole bunch of stuff.
Okay.
Very,
Then if
it's
you could
very
copy a little
loosey-goosey.
to me, that would be great.
Yeah.
That would be
I
absolutely great. I would love that. Yeah. And Rock Dog is somebody who has got so many pages of backstory that to be part of this, he's either got to write it himself and give me the novel, or he's going to have to cut it down into like, just give me some points I can work with, because he's got, oh my God, he has done so much. It's just like, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. He's had
It's
so
very
much.
impressive.
But,
chapters. Just,
yeah, chapters and like pages and pages and pages of stuff. And a couple of months ago, Brian, he'll send me a whole nother pile of it. Like, there's so much. He's got such a detailed and rich backstory for his country that it's like
Actually, Rock Dog's design for kind of his inhabitants of the what would become Westmoreland was kind of what inspired me to do something a little bit different, so that kind of each area of the map would have different inhabitants and different backstories and different, kind of personality or of the groups, kind of thing. So
I like it.
so
Yeah.
it didn't feel the same. It wasn't like, oh, they're all natives of this one land. It's like, no, there's various different groups, and yeah.
Oh, that's nice. No kidding. No kidding. Well, I guess with Leckley, like, well, which I've just called, it's West March. Westmoreland is my country. I'm sorry. I think I'm using the wrong word sometimes in here today, but
Right.
is actually made up now of the people that came over from Leckley, following, the Queen Evangeline, and the people who were from the district, of course, from those villages that we saved. We just kind of, we saved the day and kept them, and now they've just become part of the Briar. How did you say that, Hakoon? What was the name? They're based on Briar, obviously. How did you say it?
Barry or Brian?
You say it again. You broke up there a bit.
Oh, sorry. Like Briari.
Briari, yes. So the Briari, they're a group from the district, and they've just become part of the Westmoreland countryside, I guess. They just integrated and said, well, we weren't really from here either, and you've saved our lives, and you've got that, obviously with the port and the shipping and all the things that were going on, they just decided to kind of become part of the people. But so integrating the natives, so this would be, part of this would be, okay, they were called People of the Black Arrow, is that right?
Yeah.
They're
They're colloquially known as. I don't actually have a country name like everybody seemed to, but that was part of the backstory that I'd been thinking. So I figured it was a good kind of, for people who hadn't originally had a country name, it was kind of like it made sense.
it does. It's good. And okay, Nat points to my country names how people ended up in Iona. See, and that'll be good. That's good, Nat. That's good. Just cause, thank you. You missed it when Bella was trying to steal the little heart here in the book I'm reading and just pull my book off. She says, "Oh, that looks like fun." You missed the part where she stole that and tried to take off with it. Too kind or insufficient. We are precisely as kind as we intend to be. And lowercase rho, that's what wizards do, right? Writing a story about the deity of all things. All things useless now. Okay, so in terms of, if starting with the Phage, I really like that idea because it was such a shift. It's such a big dramatic sort of point, and you can have the backstories, of course, as you discover what's happened before and move into things, but you're kind of moving on and going, well, why are they moving and what's happening? And you can bring up a whole lot of questions, hopefully, to keep the story going forward. Okay, we'd pick a character. What would be the options? If we're going to actually start with the Phage, though, getting down to an actual scene, that opening scene would be of, like the first person ill. Okay, let's do some things here. It would be like the first person ill in a village. Someone walking alone somewhere after everyone else has died in their village. This is how I go, guys. In their village. Could it be what? Getting on board the ship? That could be the thing. It could be something. The council, when the remainders, okay, the survivors, was meeting in the council chamber at the White Palace. There's a lot of options, ideas. First opening. Right, I was going, I know. I love it. Hakun, Frog, if you guys, you're in here with me talking, feel free to do it.
What I know about writing is usually if you're starting off a chapter or a book, a really good idea is to start it off kind of with a bang.
Yes.
Start off something dramatic and powerful and scary. Agreed. or
The Hand of the Queen, talking with the Queen, reporting on his increasingly desperate attempts to find the Phage. Actually, that works. That scene, okay, Hand talking to Queen about attempts to find source. Actually, okay. It's harder. It's really hard to type when you know somebody's watching. Source of the Phage. And you could have that first person in a village who becomes ill, or the first person to die. You could have a point of view to die. We could be talking about that person going, "Oh, I'm ill. What's happened?" And then they die. That could be a thing. We could have that person who's walking along, lost, dazed, confused, in pain, crying, just watch their whole village die in really fast, not nice ways. Not even knowing why. Where are they going? What are they going to do? Heading for Whitehall. Just heading for the capital or heading for the next country up the road or whatever. Hoping to find... you could do a lot of very internal, really horrible things at that point. A group of people who are sad, tragic, going behind, moving on to this boat, hoping for something better. Why are they moving? Where are they going? Why so much tears? Why all the death, destruction, blah, blah, blah. The survivors meeting at the council. You could start with a scene where they're all standing there going, like, basically, what the hell are we going to do now? Like, what's happened? You hear the conversation going back and forth. There's people, different things like that. I come with grave news, my queen. Yes, Ro, actually, I like that. I wonder if I can... I have somewhere... Let's see. Can I open this? Is this all going to show in here? Yeah, this is. Well, that's a little creepy. Let's see. If I go here, does that switch? No, it doesn't. If I open this, that feels better. Okay, let me see if I can find something really fast. I may have written this scene already. Well, this one's a little different because this one would be a little different because this lady's not as nice as I hope Queen Ava would be. The tall Doran elf hesitated. I'm only the messenger, he kept telling himself. Well, Solana raised a delicate eyebrow. Have you lost your senses as well as my gold? She sighed deeply. Nothing was the same since the invasion. The single manse in Night Oak had replaced her family's estates, and fools such as these, her beloved and well-trained servants. Your ladyship, he cleared his throat and continued, your ladyship, Hadori has fallen near Weatherhurst. He has fallen. He stopped and sketched a quick bow and nearly ran from the room. Romney and Kratos glanced briefly at each other. Kratos took a step towards Solana, and Romney put out a hand to stop him, but he brushed it away without a pause. He is so young, Romney thought, but he would learn, if he lived long enough. Kratos crossed the thick carpet and was by Solana's side in an instant, his voice soft and filled with concern. Lady, if there's anything I can do. Solana stood unmoving, her expression unchanged, a marble statue, pale, cold, and unseeing. Romney's heart sank. As bad as that, she thought. Her beautiful cousin was as mercurial as gale-blown clouds. She was impatient, delighted in the smallest things. Her temper was quick, her laughter quicker. Such terrible stillness in the face of what Romney knew was a devastating news, spoke clearly of the depth of her tragedy. This is not the one I was looking for. Anyway, I wrote something. No, I just remember. You're right. It's not this one, but it's connected to this story where, where somebody was coming to tell somebody, something bad. His, like, buddy, this is not working. What else do we have? Okay.